God bless everyone who is watching and listening to me right about now. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm here back once again with a yet powerful word of encouragement and direction for you. Remember that you are not watching me by mistake. You have not clicked on this video by coincidence. There is a reason as to why this message has been recommended to you. Brothers and sisters, today's word is your enemies will change their minds about you. Your enemies, when they see a breakthrough in your life, they will actually change their minds. They will actually realize that God has been with you all this time. Some of them have been fighting against you. In fact, most of your enemies fight against you day and night. But as time goes by, their minds are going to be changed. God is going to show them that you are his chosen one. Let me read to you a very powerful word from the book of Acts, chapter 28, verse 1 to 6. It reads, "Now, when they had escaped, they then found out that the island was called Malta. And the natives showed us unusual kindness, for they kindled a fire and made us all welcome. Because of the rain that was falling and because of the cold, but when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, a viper came out because of the heat and fastened on his hand. So when the natives saw the creature hanging from his hand, they said to one another, 'No doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he has escaped the sea, yet justice does not allow to live.' But he shook off the creature into the fire and suffered no harm. However, they were expecting that he would swell up or suddenly fall down dead. But after they had looked for a long time and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god." Very powerful and amazing word. You see, Paul had suffered a shipwreck, and he then found himself on an island that was called Malta. The first thing that he was welcomed with was with the kindness of the natives. The Bible says the natives showed them unusual kindness. I pray for you today that wherever you go, may you receive unusual kindness. May favor locate you in every place that you go. These were natives that were actually hostile to foreigners. But for Paul, it was so unusual for the kindness that they showed to him. The Bible says it clear that they kindled a fire. They kindled a fire for him because of the rain that was falling and because of the cold. They made him welcome. But as Paul was gathering a bundle of sticks, as he laid the bundle of sticks on the fire, the Bible says a viper came out because of the heat and fastened itself on his hand. It actually beat him. It beat him. I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, you are going to change situations. You are going to break down the plans of the enemy. You see, there are vipers that have been hiding in certain areas. There are serpents that have been hiding. The Bible says it clear, you shall tread on snakes and you shall tread on them. For the Bible says that he has given you power and authority to trample over snakes and scorpions, and nothing will by means hurt you. So as you keep on praying, as you keep on worshiping God, there is something that is going to come out because of the heat. For the Bible says our God is a consuming fire. There are situations that are going to start becoming uncomfortable. As you enter into an environment, some of you, as you enter into a workplace, you get a new job, you get promoted. All of a sudden, haters appear from nowhere. All of a sudden, false accusations are brought up to you. The viper comes out because of the heat. It is because of the heat. Because you carry an environment, you carry the presence of God. Bible says he lives in you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So the Bible says it clear that the natives, when they saw this creature hanging on Paul's hand, they say to one another, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he has escaped the sea, yet justice does not allow him to live. The same people that said and welcomed him are the same people that are now speaking evil about him. It is amazing how people can change their minds in a blink of an eye about you. It's amazing how someone who loved you can actually become your enemy, number one enemy. The Bible says it clear. But Paul shook off the creature into the fire. He did not shake off the creature into the cold. He knew what kills the creature. It is fire. He shook off the creature into that fire. And the Bible says it clear, he suffered no harm. However, they were expecting that he would swell up and suddenly fall down dead. The natives expected the worst to happen to Paul. But the Bible says they looked and looked for a long time and saw no harm come to him. So they changed their minds about him. I pray for you right now that may your enemies change their minds about you. May they change their narrative about your situation. They will look and look and look. Some of them have waited for your downfall this year. But the year is coming to an end and nothing has happened to you. You are rising up. Some of it's the beginning of the year. You are rising up. You are rising up. Brothers and sisters, I hope this word has blessed you. Until next time, shalom.